Welcome to our LinkedIn Turbochargers Mastermind. This is session 6. Whoa.
Man.
I can't believe it's gone so fast. It's been absolutely fantastic. And I just love working with you guys. You guys are so willing to get in there and do what it takes to get your profiles all set up. And so many times I work with people and I ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to do whatever it takes to be successful in your business? And they'll tell me, oh, 10, or someone will tell me 15. And I'll say, okay, great. That's awesome. You realize that it's going to take work to be successful using LinkedIn and be successful with your business and get people into your business. And they go, oh yeah, okay, great. I can do this. So, but there are things that have to be done every day. You can take Sunday off if you want, but at least 5 or 6 days a week, we need to do these consistent things. Invite 25 people to connect with us. Send a thank you for connecting message, and try to open up a conversation with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then send happy birthday and congratulation messages to people that come on your message list, and make sure that they are noticed. Hey, happy birthday, Joe. It's great to see you celebrating. And if you've got a lead magnet that you can leave with them, like a free ebook, that is bonus. Big bonus. And then number 4, send after if you haven't heard from anybody for a week, between 5 days and a week out from your first connection, send them an endorsement. Go into their profile and endorse them for something. And then send them a message and say, hey, Joe, I just endorsed you for sales. Or you can endorse them for more than one thing.
This is just on the ones that have accepted your invite.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. You've been connected to them now for maybe 5 days to a week. So you go in every day and you send messages out. So my rule of thumb is I have worked it up now so that I can, well, hello, Roy, welcome. So I've worked it up to, I send out 50 to 70 messages to invite people because I've been able to work it up, right? And if you start sending 50 to 70 invites right away and you haven't been active on LinkedIn, that's going to hurt you and you might get your account sent to LinkedIn jail. So that's why I tell you 25 a day and do that consistently for 2 weeks, then increase it by 5. Do that consistently for another week, then increase it by another 5 and do that consistently. And you can work up to 70 people a day that you send, 60 or 70. But LinkedIn will send you this pop-up message that'll say you've reached your limit for the week. But that only is for a day. You can still go in and send messages to invite people the next day. So it's not, it's just, you just stop sending invites that day, right? So if you start sending, if you've been consistently sending 25 invites a day for 2 weeks, then LinkedIn has, their algorithm has already, they're used to you doing that. They're used to you being active on your profile. And then if you increase it by 5, the algorithms will go, they're going up a little bit more. But as long as you don't get that pop-up message, you're okay, right? But as soon as you get that little pop-up message that says you've reached your limit, you just stop that day. And then you go in the next day and you send 25, see if you can increase it by 5 more to 30. And if you get the pop-up message, you just stop and then go in again the next day. But if you push beyond that message, that's when you run into trouble, right? Hello there, how are you? Who did we miss? Oh, there's Roy.
Hello.
Roy, hello, Roy.
How are you?
I'm good. We're just talking about being consistent with what we do on LinkedIn. I have so many people that I coach And I tell them you need to do this, 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 this on a regular basis. And you need to post once a day something. You need to have something posted once a day on your LinkedIn at least, and work up to 3 posts a day. And then they come to me and they say, oh, it doesn't work. And I can see, because I'm connected to them, they made a post in May, and they had, and now it's October.
Yeah.
They didn't put any posts out, right? So I know if they tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how successful do they want to be in their business? How serious are they about doing what it takes? And they say it's a 10 or a 15. I've had people say it's a 15.
Could you try again?
Started talking to me.
I'm
I
not
have a
sure I
question.
understand.
How do I stop this stupid thing? Okay.
A question. I had a platform not that long ago that allowed me to post something on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and one other one, all at the same time. In other words, all I have to do is write the one post out, and it automatically posts to these 3 or 4 different programs. Hootsuite, I think it was. Are you familiar with Hootsuite?
Yes, I started out by using Hootsuite. Hootsuite is extremely cumbersome. I now use a platform called Sprout Social.
Hold on a moment.
It is not free. You can get it free for 30 days and try it out. And you can attach profiles, all your social media profiles, and you can now also attach Pinterest and Instagram.
What's it called?
Sprout,
what?
Sprout, S-P-R-O-U-T, Social, S-O-C-I-A-L. And I've been using it since 2011. I've been using it for 10 years. It is the best platform. I've checked out many different platforms. Sprout Social is the best.
Okay.
But it costs you money.
That's okay.
But you know what I did? I checked out VAs. And if I had somebody do that posting for me, I talked to a gal here in Edmonton. She was going to charge me $1,200 a month to do posting for me. And I talked to a gal from the Philippines who was going to charge me $300 a month. And I thought, okay, Sprout Social is $150 a month. I get 10 profiles that I can attach from all my social media, and I can schedule those to go out. Well, I thought, okay, my time's valuable. I could hire the gal from the Philippines, but I am going to do this myself. Take one day, and I sit down and I schedule posts to go out throughout for the whole next month. So I've got, and I use famous quotes.
Yep.
And inspirational stuff. If you're following me, you guys will see all my posts going out there. And people enjoy that. And what started me doing these quotes was the fact that I have to have 3 posts a day going out through all my social media. How am I going to do that? And I went, I could send inspirational quotes. So each month I have different quotes that I can go in. You can go into, just do a Google search and search for, what is it called? Free quotes with pictures. And you click on this and you can choose any subject you want. So right now they're doing a lot of Valentine's quotes. And so you can go and and just double check. You can click on the pictures and they blow up big. Here, I'll share my screen and I'll show you guys, okay? It is absolutely a phenomenal way to be able to get posts out there so you keep your face in front of people. If we don't keep our face in front of people, so I'm going to, just a minute. There it is. See this? Images for free inspirational quotes with pictures. And you can choose all different kinds of topics. You can type in different searches here. And when you click on one, it blows up big. Oh, whoops, that's a paid one. So I'm going to go back. I don't want that one. So watch the bottom. I forgot to check the bottom. Watch the bottom. These are the paid ones, right? So go down to find where the free ones are. 12 inspirational quotes. So I'm going to just go in here and put encouragement. I'll click on encouragement. So I've got quotes with encouragement. So I'm going to get, you want to go to the free ones, right? You want to make sure that you're not getting onto the paid ones. So see how it blows up big? But look at this one. It's got watermarks in the back. See the watermarks? These little faded out, they're watermarks. So this is copyrighted. So you don't want to use this one. You want to move on to one that doesn't have watermarks. So this is a free one.
So Christine, can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
So let's say, assume that you go to the Philippines and you say, I want you to create a post for the next month with the quotations, and you give them a kind of a parameter around the quotations and say, create me 31 days of quotes. Is that possible? And that can be done?
Yeah, but you still need to have a platform for them to use. So they have to go in incognito as and schedule those posts.
So if you have a Sprout Social, you allow them to go in there.
Yeah, you can add them as an associate.
Yeah.
And have them go in there, and they can do that for you.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. But you need to have, so I've got all my Facebook business pages, my Facebook profile page, my my LinkedIn profile page, my LinkedIn company page, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Pinterest all connected up. So I've got actually 9 platforms connected. I've used 9 of my 10 available platforms. And so I can schedule posts to go out to whatever platform I want. So I'm just going to go into my Sprout Social here. Computers are always slow when you're trying to share screens on Zoom. Slows everything down. So if I want to do a quote, I hit this little thing here. When you see this, that means you've got trouble. You can go in, you have to go in and fix something, reconnect something. So I'm not going to go in and do that right now. So it shows you what profiles you've got connected. So I can click this drop down arrow and I can go down here and see, oh, okay, I need to connect some profiles. So you can decide which ones you want to post to, right? So I've got all of them set up here so that I can post to all of them. And if this, so I could connect another profile. It's invited me to connect another profile because I have availability for one more. So I'm just going to double check, make sure I've got them all connected because I want them all connected this time. There we go. And it says I've got 6 plus these 3. So I've got 9. So I know I've got an extra one if I want to use it. So you click on the picture and you upload media. So you go and so after you've saved, you have to go in and save these all to your computer, the pictures with quotes. And I just go into my pictures file and I've got them all categorized. So I go into my marketing mentors file, then I've got February. Let's go to February here. February of 2021. I've got all my posts sitting in here, saved. So I've got February 8th, A, B, C. I've got several posts all ready to go out, right?
Yep.
So right now I've got scheduled up until and including, I think I've got the 14th. Yeah. So I've done it all the way up to the 14th. And so these are all listed. So if I want to schedule the 15th, I just click on that one. And it automatically gets uploaded, and you can see what it's going to, that it's going to come on Twitter, and it's going to come on Facebook, it's going to come on Instagram, it's going to come on LinkedIn, Pinterest. Isn't that cool?
So
Yeah.
does Buffer do the same thing?
No,
No.
you can attach profiles, but it's not nearly as easy to operate as this is. And it has, and Buffer is a lot like Hootsuite. It's more cumbersome.
Okay.
And then you want this little clock enables the notification for your Instagram. Oops, got to click Christine. And then I can go down here for my pin. What's my pin title? Oh, let's see.
So the pin title doesn't have to be for each photo. That's kind of a general pin title.
No, that's for Pinterest. So that you have some so that it shows up on Pinterest this way.
Okay. Okay.
So and I'm going to then you want to pin it to what board. So you choose the board. I'm going to put it on my marketing interest board. And then you want to set URL. So you have to go into your Pinterest account. I think that's the right one. Oh, maybe it came up. But anyway, what you need to get is you need to get this, your Pinterest URL, this URL up here. And get it to turn blue for you. Okay. And so then you take that URL and it pastes in there, so that they need to know what your address is for your Pinterest account, right? So that's in there, and you choose a date. So this is the 15th. So let's see, on the 15th, the green dots mean that they show you that you've got posts already scheduled to go out on those dates. And when you see a date with no green dot, you know there's nothing scheduled for that day. So the 15th, I've got one scheduled to go out at 12:10. And it's going out on Twitter, because you can see the little bird, right? So Twitter and Instagram, you can put up to 15 posts a day on those platforms, because those feeds move so fast. It's unbelievable. So we click on the 15th. I'm going to schedule this because it's Monday. I'm going to schedule this one for 8 o'clock in the morning, because there are 5 key times to post online: 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. So 8 a.m. when people are getting ready to go to work, on their way to work, and 10 a.m. coffee break, 2 p.m. coffee break, 4 p.m. as they're getting ready to leave work, and 7 p.m. right after dinner.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I put all this together, have these wonderful quotes going out. It goes out to a general audience, period. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yep. It goes out to a general audience.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really kind of scatter approach, right? And then so what's the ultimate call to action once you send these pictures out? You're creating an audience. The audience is kind of general, isn't there? There's no.
That's right. So it goes out. What it does is it keeps your face in front of people, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So So the thing is, and people will start liking, they'll start following you, they'll start liking and commenting on your stuff. So I'm not going to finish filling this out right now. I'm going to go into a different window. I'm going to shrink this one down. I'm going to go to my LinkedIn. So in your notifications, you'll see that people have, come on, notifications show up. I've got too many people responding to me here. So you see this guy, he commented. Now I commented and shared a post. I do this all the time. This also increases your visibility. This Renee Jasper and one other person liked my post, so I can go and check on that. So this was my post that I put out yesterday, one of Ziggy's kind of posts. And I had some comments that I put in with it. So I didn't write any comments in my Sprout Social yet, but that's what you do. But then look at these people liked my thing. So look at that. You hover over their picture. You can go into his profile. If he's not connected to you, you can invite him to connect. And the message you send is, hey, Renee, thanks for liking my post. Let's connect networks. I'd love to get to know more about you and your business, or whatever you want to say, right? And so you can invite him to connect to you. And this is what people are not doing on LinkedIn. They don't go in and talk to these people. Oh, there's Sanjay. I can invite him to connect with me. He's already connected to me. He follows me all the time. And we're already in conversation. So everything we do has a meaning to it. So it's going to get us somewhere closer to a lead for our business. Either they're connected to somebody that I know. So if I go into Sanjoy's account and I check him out, look at this. Look at all these people that I might know that are connected with Sanjoy, right? I could go and check out each one of these people. I could invite them to connect with me. That's what these little circles are here with the little man in it, or a little person in it. I have to use different terminology today. And you can click on each one of these and ask them to connect with you. You can check them out. You can hover over their name and right click, open in a new tab, so you don't lose your spot on the main screen. You wait for that tab to open. Oops, this little drop down's in my way here. And you can go and say, oh, she's an Avon salesperson. She's from England. And so then that way you know if it's somebody worthwhile connecting to. So if your business doesn't cover England, you probably don't want to connect with this person, right? But if you've got a business like a network marketing business or a coaching, online coaching business, for instance, I would connect with this person because I can coach anywhere in the world and invite them to one of my webinars. So I would want to connect with her and create a conversation. So I could just click on connect and send a message and invite her to connect with me. And so I'm going to go, then you just click out of this and see that you're right back at his profile. So you could check out somebody else. Oh, here's Thomas. Let's see where he's from. Open link in new tab. Oh, can't reach this page. Let's try this again. LinkedIn's being really grouchy today. Having challenges with it. Let's try Patricia.
And also, some people don't put their right address or
That's
whatever.
right. Yeah, no, LinkedIn's complaining. They're not letting me do that. So, but at least you get the idea, right? And I think it's partly because I'm on Zoom. A lot of things LinkedIn won't let us do when we're on Zoom, and I notice it slows it right down. So I get these posts and I schedule them to go out so that I've got something going out on my LinkedIn every day and all my social media. So that's I'm just going to close that off right now so that I don't have it create any more problems with it. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There. So now you get an idea of what you can do with Sprout Social. And I just schedule those to go out. And you have to be really careful now with the links that you post on LinkedIn and Facebook, especially. If you're scheduling posts and putting links there to an outside blog, people are getting their profiles shut down, both in Facebook and in LinkedIn.
Repeat that again, sorry.
So if you put a post up on either LinkedIn or Facebook on your, and it's goes to an external blog or an external website that isn't a Facebook or LinkedIn site, you can risk having your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page shut down. People have lost, over this last year, they've lost their pages.
So because when I do my newsletter, I'm just hiring somebody right now, a VA. So they're going to be taking my newsletter, they're going to put it up on my blog on my 2 websites. If I do it on the blog before I go to LinkedIn and Facebook, will that still put me in compromise with Facebook and LinkedIn?
Have you been posting your blog up there for a long time?
No,
On
this is new. I mean, I'm setting all that up with the VA.
Yeah, what I would do is I would publish it on LinkedIn as an article as well. That way, then you get a URL from LinkedIn for that article, and then that way you can put it up there.
And then use that as for my blog, right?
Yeah. So if you have a blog and you want to get people to check out your blog, you need to publish an article on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Then you can put your blog link in that article, and then you can share the LinkedIn link for your article.
So here's what I get back from LinkedIn when I post on my newsletter, because I have it linked into LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
I get a message from LinkedIn saying 37 or 57 people have checked your profile, or 57 people have read your post.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you cut a link on and create the conversation, begin the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, or should I be doing that?
So 57 people have viewed your post. You're checking
Well,
the views.
no,
You're
no,
on a paid platform, right?
You know, I send out a newsletter every
Yeah.
Wednesday and every Monday, every Wednesday. So when I do that, I obviously send it to LinkedIn. LinkedIn come back to me and say, 57 people have read your article.
Yeah.
Why don't you come in and start the conversation, or start a conversation with them?
Yeah.
Keep the conversation going. That's their phraseology.
That's right. That's right.
So I should be doing that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You need to.
I haven't been.
Yeah. Here's what I would do if I were you, and I have my own group on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So you need to set up your own group on
Okay.
LinkedIn, and then when you send up your posts, so you can have your latest newsletter up there in your group. And because you own that group, you can post in that group and have your newsletter there, and then have a link to your group that you post throughout LinkedIn and in your social media, so that way people, the little bots, not bots, they're I call them cookie monsters, where they really like to go looking for all the new stuff and
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
I know.
it's the search engine stuff on LinkedIn. They're really powerful.
You mean the logarithms? Are you talking about the logarithms?
Algorithms. That's what I'm trying.
Algorithms.
Yeah, algorithms. So I should know that. I have 2 sons who are programmers. So these algorithms are trained to do certain things and to look for certain things. And if they see foreign URLs showing up, then it's going to alert them to that fact. And so then you're going to have challenges if you're posting foreign links. But if you've been posting your log link on LinkedIn on a regular basis on your personal profile, and you haven't had any challenges with it, and you're getting lots of feedback, you need to go in and talk to those people that have been viewing and commenting on your post. And the thing is, when you have your own group, here's what happens. You have your own group and you post your newsletter on there. Once a week, you can, there's a drop-down menu in the group where you can, let's see if I can get into my LinkedIn. Let's see, what's here, it is here. I'm going to see if I can get into LinkedIn. So I'll share my page again here. Because it's easier to understand if I demonstrate it.
Sure.
Can you see my LinkedIn? Can you all see my LinkedIn here and my mouse moving?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, see this little cross? I call this the work crosshatch.
Yep.
Click on that, and you go down here to where the groups are. You click on the groups button. Now this is being recorded, so I'll send the recording out to you guys. And you click on that button, and it takes you into the groups. Now, the biggest kept secret to LinkedIn is in the groups. You can join up to 100 different groups. So I'm in quite a few groups. I'm not in 100 anymore. I used to be. And this is all the ones that say manager beside them are ones that I help manage. This group is actually my major group, but my son set it up for me way back when I was just learning LinkedIn, and he put his wife as the owner and me as the manager. So this is actually my group, Marketing Enthusiasts. And because he didn't have anybody else to put as an owner, he set this one up, and I'm the owner of this group. So we've worked up to over 6,800 people in this group. I've got 3,700 people in this group. I've been helping build this group there at 1,100. This one, the Seattle Business Network, for some reason, it's just growing really, really slow. But if I go into one of my groups, so I'm going to go into my Marketing Enthusiasts here. I see I've got it as a manager. I see who wants to join and any pending posts. So if I've got, I'm going to go into a post, and I have a contest that I've set up in my groups. So this is a post that I put into my group the other day. If you love what you do, it won't feel like work. And so if I want, once a week, I can click these 3 dots, but I have a competition, and to give people incentive to post and to come join my group, once a week, I choose the best post that week. And then I go in and I hit these 3 dots and I recommend the post. And if I click to recommend, what happens is that post gets shown to everybody in that group. Otherwise, if I don't recommend the post, not everybody sees all the posts that are going through the main feed. Maybe about 2% of the people in that group will see your post, will get shown your post. But if you recommend,
so even though it's your own post, you can still click on the recommend this post.
That's right. You can do your own post, or you can do like I do, where I recommend, I post, I have a competition going in each of my groups. And their people are thrilled when you recommend them. And you'll get notices in your notifications tab that will say, so-and-so in such and such a group has been recommended by admins. And everybody in the group will get that notice in their notifications.
So everybody within the group gets a notification.
That's right. That's right. So in your group, you've got a lot more flexibility as the owner. You can recommend your own stuff. So every once in a while, I'll recommend my own stuff. If
Okay.
yes. Did somebody ask a question?
No, I just said, okay, sorry.
Oh, okay. So is that making sense?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I just have to. I'm going to review this this video again because
Yeah.
I'm a little confused at a certain point, but that's okay. That's just me. No. So creating your own group is really worthwhile.
yeah. And make sure you create a background banner for your group.
Okay. Can you use the same banner that you use? Is it worthwhile using the same banner that you would use for your home page?
Yeah, you could try that, but it's a different size. You might have to get your Fiverr gal to.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have someone who can recreate that and put it
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's fine. You can do that. So this because I'm the manager, as the manager, I can go in and I can see who's requested to join, and I can select and approve them to come in to join the group. I don't usually put any restrictions on who can join my group because I want to encourage people to be posting and sharing in the group. So I'm going to go back here.
So
Well,
let me ask you. Let me ask you the ultimate question,
Okay.
because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking you're doing a whole lot of work here. Over time, has this paid off for you big time?
I get about 80% of my business from LinkedIn, from the
Okay.
relationships I've built.
Okay.
I just celebrated my 10th anniversary. And the key is that most people don't do is they do not ask, they don't have a call to action.
So let me just kind of create something for you. Because I get every day, I get requests or wanting to join or wanting to connect. So I was thinking, I have this wonderful book out there about being positive and then so I could simply send a message. Great, thanks for connecting with me. And by the way, if you, I'd like to offer you a free gift. If you can just go here, sign up for my free gift, which means that I've now taken them out of LinkedIn into my newsletter, and they get this. What I
That's right. You could do that. And what I've done with my book, Fired at 50, is I've taken and made had my VA make it, my Fiverr gal make it into the first chapter into an ebook. So we made that into an ebook, so then I can offer
mine's an ebook, but it's probably about 30 pages.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Okay.
Christine, I got a question. These groups are generic, correct? I mean, you don't allow people to post their business directly or try to attract customers on those groups, correct?
Yeah, people can post. So I'm going to go into the marketing enthusiasts here again, and you'll see the posts here. So Barry Silverstein, he talks about, he has really good posts. He usually has, talks about digital advertising. There's lots of things that are posted in this group that help people build their businesses.
I know, but it's not direct. It's not a direct recruiting tool. You don't try to. If somebody posts a business opportunity, that wouldn't be kosher.
That's right. So what you do, and this is general standard throughout all of social media. There's a rule of 10 posts. 6 posts are reposts. So quotes with pictures, going in and sharing other people's posts that you think would be relative to your connections that they would enjoy following and reading. So anything, I go in there and I try to like and share up to 15 posts in LinkedIn every day. And then, and that doesn't take very long. Like all of this process takes maybe an hour out of my day. It sounds like a lot of work, but it takes maybe an hour. You go and invite, you get into a routine, you invite 25 people to connect, or 30 or 40 or 50, depending on, I'm doing 70 a day.
So what do you do when somebody posts a business opportunity or their company or whatever? Do you delete them?
No, I don't. I give them a private message and I tell them, hey, thank you for posting. And I tell them, please, the posts that that we're looking for in our group, you have to put this in about this group, right? You stipulate your rules here, right? So this group is for people who love marketing and want to learn more about it and share their ideas with others. So if you want to learn how to become more effective at either marketing or sales, this is the place to be. So people are posting things about how to do better with your marketing and sales for your business. So if they violate that, I send them a direct message privately and I inform them of the rules. Thank you so much for being part of our group. It's great to have you with us. Just want to remind you that the rules of the group are that we're sharing, educating and informing about sales and marketing ideas to help people improve, and trying to get them to not post pitchy things, and about the rule of 10 posts.
And some people will come on and try and post something to promote their whatever they're doing.
That's right.
Which is a no-no, really.
Yeah, so I give them that warning, and if they keep on pitching, then unfortunately I delete them from the group.
Sure.
So you have it's up to you as the owner of the group to keep law and order, so to speak.
Christine, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So starting a group sounds like you are starting a virtual brick and mortar company from scratch. You get the banner, you do the about, you define the parameters of your bricks and mortar business, and then you put it out into the virtual world and you watch it grow and you prune it and nurture it and water it and put new fertilizer on it, correct?
Yeah. So look at here, you can invite connections. So you can click on this button and invite these people to come and join your group. And it gives you this little button. And you can search by name. If you know somebody by the name of Susie Q, you can just type their name in here and then invite them to come join your group. And all these, Donna Willen doesn't have a box here because she's already in my group, or she's been invited already to my group. So these people that have boxes, I could invite them to come and join my marketing enthusiasts group if I want to. Make sense?
Yeah.
And so that's how you can grow your group. And you can click on, now once you get your group, get people in your group, your imagination can take you wherever you want to go, but you can message everybody. And remember, a third level connection means that they're 2 connections away from you. So this guy is 1 connection away from me. So for instance, I'm directly connected to, I think, each one of you here. So you'd be first level connection. And if you guys are connected to Vivian, then I'm a second level connection to Vivian. You might be a first level connection to him. Danny, these people overseas, they put their names backwards. They put the last name first last time. So you can go in and go through all of your people that are in your group, and you can send them a direct message for free. You don't have to be connected to them, literally connected to them. So if you've got somebody who's a third level connection here, Andrew, you can send him a direct message. Hey, Andrew, it's great having you with our group. I look forward to seeing your posts on sales and marketing ideas. And by the way, do you look for help with maximizing your LinkedIn? Always have a call of action in there somehow. so that they have to get back to you.
Christine, you're 3,700 members here. How
Mhm.
long did that take to get the 3,700?
I've been working on this not really hard. I was over 1,000 members in my first year, and this group has been going for 10 years. And I've just been gradually building it organically. I haven't really worked hard at it. So just by being in there every day and adding a few people, inviting people. I also use Sprout Social, and I'll have one post a month, go out inviting people to my different groups. And usually they're fine. I don't have any problems with just once a month. But if I was doing it every day, I would probably run into trouble with Sprout Social because I'm posting links too much. You have to be careful today with everything when you're posting links. You have to be so careful. I came off a webinar this morning where they were talking about emails and what's bounce rates and what you have to watch out for so that you don't get locked out of your email site. I've been locked out of 3 email platforms because I violated their rules, not knowing I was doing that. So I'm now in an email site that I'm being very, very careful with and making sure that I don't violate the email rules. And that's the way it's going across the board. There are rules that we have to follow. And that's another reason why I read the entire terms of use for LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter when I first got started. I wanted to make sure that I didn't violate the rules. So this guy here doesn't have a headshot. So guess what kind of a message I'm going to send to him? Ask him if he wants help for his headshot. And somebody else, I might go in and see that they don't have a background banner. And I will go in and ask them if they would like some help with their background banner. But that's me. That's because that's my business and what I do, right? Any other questions on the groups?
No, I mean, it's just trying to find a name that's kind of catchy for the group too. That's important. So people kind of look at it and say, you know, that might interest me, or is that important?
Right. So when I first started this group, the original post was an article that I composed, and in it, the title of it was, "Can a highly qualified lead ever be worth $500? Question mark. And then, of course, I talked about some statistics that I had found and asked for people's input. And I had so many people wanting to get involved in this discussion. It was fabulous. So if you can think of something that's really controversial, like that was, like I had people saying, oh, I wouldn't pay more than $5 for a lead, and somebody else would say, oh, I will pay more than $1. And then somebody else said, well, I'd pay a lot more than that if it was worthwhile. Like, it was really an interesting discussion that we had going in the group. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Question, Christine,
Yes.
regarding, you called it published LinkedIn articles.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean that you published and posted an article on your group thing, or what does that mean?
You go into your home page, like what I did here. I went into my home page, clicked home page. This is your home feed. So you'll see all the articles and posts that people are posting on your LinkedIn. And that's where you can go in and like and share posts and just skim through. If they look like something that you'd like to share with your group, great, share it. Comment and share it and like it. Just liking something isn't enough. You have to comment and share it as well. So if you want to write an article, you can write your article right here. And you go into LinkedIn and you upload a professional picture. You can go and you can get free pictures on LinkedIn or on the internet, and you can upload your picture here, and you can get just about any topic that you want. I have a membership to Dreams Time because I use a lot of photos and I don't have time to go looking for photos. It takes a while to try and find free stuff. And the caveat that I have going through my head is the fact that what happens if I accidentally share a photo on my LinkedIn that is supposed to be a paid photo? I could lose my whole LinkedIn because of that. So that's why I cautioned you about those stock photos. When we were looking at those quotes with pictures, and you have to make sure that they don't have any of those fine white stamps all over the back.
It's watermarked, right?
Yeah, they're called watermarks.
Yeah.
So you can, so Roy, if you've got a newsletter that you're publishing, you could write a short article, publish it here and attach the link to your newsletter. And then when you publish this, LinkedIn offers you help with the URL, and you can share it on Facebook to all your different groups, whatever you want to state multiple times on Facebook. You can share it on Twitter, and you can share it to different groups on LinkedIn, as well as have it go through your main feed.
So I already do that.
Uh-huh.
So it's through constant contact. And so those are the people that I use to send my newsletter out. And it gives me the opportunity to share it on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn. Yeah, so I've got them all covered there.
Can you share them on the LinkedIn groups from?
Yeah, I have to, maybe you and I can have a conversation about how to set that up. At some point we'll do that. Sure.
So what I did is I ended up completely canceling my own personal website because I realized that my website was not making me any money. If you've got a website, it needs to make you money. And I had all my links to all my courses that I had in Eventbrite. I was trying to direct traffic to those links, and people I was getting more response from doing what I've been teaching you folks here today and throughout these last 5
So you recommend getting rid of our websites and going directly to LinkedIn?
If your website is not making you any money, so your website needs to be set up in such a way that people can go there and place an order of some sort or book a time to talk with you. You need to have an electronic calendar on there. My website was a website that I set up myself on a free platform 10 years ago, and it would not allow me to make all the links to all my stuff live, right? And it was not creating any income for me at all. And so I canceled that website. I wasn't going to pay several $100s to renew it again, and for another year. And because what happened is I ended up using LinkedIn as my website. So if you don't already have a website that is professional, that you can have people click on a link and book time with you so that you can make sales, then your website's not doing you any good. I'm sorry.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, your website has to make you money. And something I've learned in my short 10 years of business is everything I do with and for my business has to pay me twice. It has to pay me twice. My video platform has an affiliate program so that as I'm doing my regular stuff, I can just attach the video link to that, whatever I'm writing or publishing, and they pay me a commission if somebody signs up through my link. My website that I have now pays me 4 times. My business card is a digital business card. It pays me 4 times. My place where I get most of my supplies for my household happens to be an Amway site. And I pay wholesale and keep the retail profit in my pocket, and it pays me a commission for buying for myself. And So basically, the only thing that I pay retail for is fresh fruits and vegetables. Things I cannot buy from myself somehow. Everything, like I said, everything I do has to pay me twice, at least twice. And I think if more people understood that and practiced that rule with everything they do in their business, they would be much more successful. We would have less bankruptcies, and that what we've gone through this last year has been horrendous. And I've seen so many people who have, pardon me, I'm getting on my soapbox. They've lost their one stream of income, never ever to have that stream of income again, because the type of business that they were working for had to pivot. And so all those jobs in all the different businesses that that person would have applied for are no longer existing. They've been expunged. They're gone.
What do you mean by being paid twice or 3 times or 4 times?
Okay, so if you're getting paid twice, number one, if I'm using my video and I get a client from the video, and the video company pays me an affiliate commission for getting that client, whoopee, I get paid twice, right? So on my business card and my website, they're both the same thing now. That's why I get paid 4 times for both of them. It brings me new clients. I get a commission when somebody signs up. I get a commission when they pay their monthly due fee, which isn't a lot, but it pays me something. Sorry about that. And I get a commission when they purchase a texting package. So to me, it just all makes sense. Everything has to benefit me in some way in order for me to use it. And it all has to work together in a simple fashion so that I'm not reaching out 10 million different directions. It has to work within my workflow, what I'm doing on a regular basis.
I'm sorry, I have to leave. Christine, you and I will chat, okay?
Okay, that's great.
Okay, sorry about that.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, me too. You too. So I've got another appointment. It's 1 o'clock here. And so each one of you, if you want to, I'll put my calendar in the chat. So if you want, I'm going to stop sharing here. If you would like to book some time with me, I'll give you my calendar link. So save this so that you can go and book time. I'm going to put it in the chat. So here's my calendar link. So if you copy and paste this somewhere and save it in your favorites list, then you can book a time with me. So unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to do profiles. So those of you who haven't had a chance to have an audit on your profile, Dan, and Shelly, I think what we'll do is just book time, set up a time on my calendar and we'll.
I'm already in there for tomorrow.
Yeah, I see that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, can you do that?
I will.
Awesome. And I'm going to save this and then you guys will have the recording for it. Awesome. Any questions?
Today was our last session, yeah?
Yes.
Perfect.
Aveline, you
I'm
have.
glad I made it to one of them then.
Aveline, you're on mute.
Yes.
What's your question? Excuse me.
I didn't have a question.
Oh, your hand was up and I saw it.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Your hand was up. Thinking.
You just bought the Ferrari, Aveline.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the check will bounce.
Thank you very much, everybody. I've really
Thank you.
these
Bye.
two together. I
Christine.
look forward to seeing you on the calendar, on my calendar, so we can make sure we got your profile.
Thank you.
See you later.
Awesome. Bye for now.